Hello, Luxies. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Of course, right beside me, my beautiful co-host, Kat L. And as per usual, we have this live stream show every single weekend, and we alternate between my channel and Kat's channel. Today is a special timing live stream. However, we normally do it 3 hours later, but because today we have a very special guest who is from Eastern Canada, and her name is Oxana. So we'll pull her in very, very quickly. But in case you're brand new to our channels, this is something that we do weekly. So hopefully you subscribe to us. And of course, I'm going to bring on Oxana. Hi, Oxana.
Hi, guys.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come on to our show and to chit chat about all things luxury, but especially Hermes. I think our luxury live show, we have all kinds of people, but a lot of people who love Chanel and Hermes, especially lately, has been like sort of very, very popular. So it would be so nice to kind of pick your brain. And I know you have some eye candy prepared for us too, right?
Yes.
Thank
yes,
you.
I have. Yes, I have.
It's
Thank
really
you
good
so
to see you
much.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's absolute pleasure and honor to be invited to your show. I'm so excited. Honestly, I'm so excited.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys, if you don't already know Oksana, she's also Canadian. She's from Toronto, and she's also a fellow luxury YouTuber. So if you don't already follow her or haven't seen her videos, definitely subscribe to her. Her channel is linked down below already. And yeah, I think we can get started on
All right.
some
Yeah,
luxury
we're gonna do
chit-chat.
this like a chit chat with you, Oxana. Like I mean, I'm a how do you say it? Like I watch a lot of YouTube, but I'm really bad at commenting because I watch all your videos.
I actually the same. That's exactly what I said to you literally 5 seconds ago. I watched your video today, but I didn't comment it. And because with me, I quite often actually watch it at night when I'm already halfway asleep. And I actually mentioned to Amy, sometimes I totally fall asleep and it's continued to some other channels.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get started, actually I saw a comment here because we have our one of our Luxies. I'm gonna pull it over. MK, who is awake. MK is in France, and I don't know what time. What time is it?
Oh
MK?
my gosh, it must be
It's like 1 a.m. 2 a.m.
No, let me double check. I have like
Thank
my
you.
world clock.
Thank you for
It's
joining
2
us.
a.m. Oh my gosh, MK, you're gonna sleep late today. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you so much for for being with us. Oh my gosh, one.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So Oksana, maybe I'll kick it off and then we'll just do it. Yeah.
Sure.
So
Sure.
let's do the first one because we just said that you've got some eye candy for us. So let's do that. Let's start with that. Just in case MK falls asleep. Let's look at some eye candy so they can wake him up. What's your oldest and your newest bag?
The very oldest one, I would say, in the sense of luxury, right? Normally people would say Louis Vuitton. In my case, it actually was totally different. It was Roberto Cavalli and Versace. None of those handbags I already have it any longer, unfortunately. The only one oldest handbags that I have, and I would say it's about close to 20 years old. It's a Coach handbag. And I always, in one of my videos, I actually said, I decided, because some of my Coach handbags I actually donated, to women charity, etc. But this one I decided to keep it. And I always say this handbag keeps me humble, because I remember those times, that even buying a Coach handbag for me, especially being new immigrant to Canada, because I came to Canada about 21 years ago. Even buying a Coach handbag, it's like Amy could relate, like your parents, Amy, when they came to Canada, because you're second generation, right?
I'm first, actually.
You're first?
Yeah, well, I was the first generation to be born in Canada. I guess my parents came after they were married, so they were already in their early to mid 20s. But
See,
yeah, my parents don't buy handbags though. So.
exactly. That's what I said. I'm kind of in the position of your parents. Can you imagine being an immigrant, struggling and
Yes.
everything, and still love handbags so much? For
Right.
me, like, you know, at that time, $500 for the handbag, it was
Yeah.
like right now, 5,000. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But still, I keep this handbag just to keep me humble, you know, remember those difficult times, like, you know, from like, you know, where I started and where I am right now, to appreciate all the fine things in life and what actually Canada and North America give me, you know, in life. But my very, very first one, in the sense of luxury, I would say it's actually Roberto Cavalli, and it was a tote handbag, and it was typical Roberto Cavalli, like, you know, when they have a pony hair at the front and kind of animal print, almost like a tiger print. And I had that bag for a very, very long time. And then, you know, I sold it. And another one, it was a blue color Versace Medusa, La Medusa. And I sold that one as well. I'm actually thinking of repurchasing that La Medusa. Yes, in a green color. Thinking in a green color. But the newest one that I have, and I already received some of the funny comments about this handbag, you know,
Nothing to do with me, okay? Nothing to do with me.
Probably your fault.
And obviously it's my Della Cavalleria.
Very
I just gonna where's that camera? Yeah, just like that.
Yes.
It's Della Cavalleria. It's my newest handbag. And jokes aside, because, like, you know, some people say that they don't like this curve, or, you know, the position of that one, strings, you know, my favorite underwear. So, you know, my underwear style, it's not a secret anymore.
I didn't say anything.
So, but jokes apart, guys, it's such a fantastic handbag, and I'm so happy because actually the very first when I saw on the runway, I kind of expressed, oh, I just want to make sure that it's in the camera, I kind of expressed the interest for this handbag. But you know, when it comes to Hermes, quite often you want something, you think that you want, but you know, you cannot come and touch it and feel it and try it on. It's always kind of like, you know, virtual reality. You don't even know if you want this handbag or you don't want it. So I kind of expressed my interest for the essay, and I said, listen, if it's ever going to get available, because I said, I think that I want, but I'm not certain, you know, I just want to try it on. Let's see how it feels like, you know, on the body, etc. And then there was a first handbag. It was in the, sorry, it was in, sapphire blue color, and it was in Cadillac leather. Just keeping in the wrong position, just want that everybody can see. And you know, so she called me, and I came and I looked at the handbag, and I knew right away I love the function of the handbag, but I was kind of a little bit, you know, worry about the Cadillac leather, because I know that this handbag is going to be more casual. You know, it's not something that I want to use once in a blue moon. I want to use it really heavily. So I thought, like, you know, maybe Cadillac is not the best option. And also, when I asked the price for the Cadillac, it was 8,750 Canadian before taxes. So with the taxes and everything in Toronto, we have 13% taxes. So it would be exactly. So it would be like what, 9,500, even more. You know, I was like, but I love the handbag, and that's what I said. Like, see, when it opens, it's kind of like, you know, flips up front, and then there is this little thingy. Where's the camera? This little thingy, and it goes inside that little path over there. So it's very secure. And inside, it's just one large compartment. There is little, it's just kind of like a stitch compartment. You can put your credit card or maybe subway card. And then there is a little spot at the back, also maybe cash or something else, or even the credit cards if you want. And obviously there is a back pocket for the parking tickets, etc. So I really love the function, because my favorite choice of the handbags when there is just the one compartment, and the stitching and everything, it just the perfection. It just the perfection. And I said, I already have a couple of blue handbags. I have 2 Chanel blue handbags. I have Valextra blue handbags. I thought, I love the blue color. I mean, obviously, if it would have been Kelly or Birkin, I would have taken it, right? But for the casual handbag, I said, you know what? I think I want to wait for Epsom leather if it's possible. So call me. So then she called me pretty much just before Christmas, and she said, listen, I see somebody no ID, keep calling me, no message, keep calling me. Like, Jesus Christ, who is that?
Scammer.
Exactly. And then I picked up the phone, and it's my essay. She goes, Oxana, I have something for you. I'm like, I already got the quota back this year. It cannot be something that good. She goes I have Della Cavalleria, and it's in the gold colors that you want, because I said I want either a tube or gold would be my preferred colors in this handbag. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me come and see it. So I came, the moment she pulls this out, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. This whole combo, the kind of gold color, and this is palladium plated buckle, it goes together so well. And the size, if I could say Chanel Square Mini, it just a little bit more roomier than Chanel Square Mini.
That is quite small. It's like
yeah,
I mean,
I
maybe
will show.
Is it taller than the Square Mini though? Because you know how the Square Mini it tapers up, it tapers on the top because of the gussets.
I am prepared. I am prepared, ladies. So here is the
I'll
Chanel.
remove myself so I can see it.
So here is the Chanel Square Mini. See? Oh, just want to see, that's exactly. It's a bit taller. You can see just a bit taller. So let's say in this handbag, if I have, let's say, I can put everything plus my glasses can go on top easily. So I literally, it's not big, it's small, but I don't have to downsize at all. So this is Square Mini, and this is Della Cavalleria, and they call it Della Cavalleria, or that's how at least my essay call it, Della Cavalleria. Really love it.
Nice.
Absolutely gorgeous handbag. And the other things I was kind of worried about it, because it looks like the position of these straps, the way it shows, it almost feels like it's at the back, but it's not. For example, some of the Celine handbag, all this handbag, it was attached somewhere over here. No, it's not here. It's actually at the top. And it's when it's on the body, because it's crossbody, it actually sits really flat. So that's what I said. And because it's also adjustable strap, so far, let's say when it's a winter time, usually I like to use my Louis Vuitton handbags, for every day. Since I got this one, the whole January, I use it nonstop.
Wow.
The whole January, I didn't take it off at all. And because it's also nobody knows, even I can go to Costco, I don't worry that people are going to stare at me or maybe judge me or anything like that. So it's I put everything and I go for shopping, etc., and I don't even worry, and also on top of everything, I got that beret, Hermes beret, and it just goes
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. You know what? It reminds me of the not the whole bag, but the it doesn't not the bag, but the way the strap is laying flat on your body, sort of laying flat on your body, and it sort of fits. The way you said it, it reminds me of In the Loop. So In the Loop, that bag that I like, the one that looks like a piggy's nose, the way that the bag is constructed and the way the strap is made, it doesn't look like, it looks a little bulky, but actually when you wear it, it lays very nicely and close to the body.
Yeah.
So
you are actually quite right, because if let's say it's because let's say this is the top of the handbag and it just shifted maybe about 1 centimeter back, because it's still on the top flap, you know,
Yeah.
it's attached. So let's say when you normally have a strap attached right there, you're like, when it's flat on body, the bag kind of slightly sticking out.
Yes.
But this one, it's specifically designed for the crossbody. It's absolutely like, I love it. Obviously, it's not everybody's choice, and it doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know,
Well, Jenny
everybody's
likes it. Jenny says, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've got the gold Della Cavalleria Mini. I love it. I love
Thank
this.
you.
So Oksana, if I can ask you,
Yes.
I know you love this bag, and honestly, when I saw you reveal this bag, I totally, like, before that, I only basically saw it on, on the runway, on a picture, and then of course I saw Kat talk about it in one of her videos, and for me, it was just like, oh, I just know about this bag, but I don't really know it.
Mhm.
And then until I saw your video and your unboxing and you explaining a bit about the bag, obviously we know you're a fan, and actually I became a fan of the bag.
Thank you.
So it's sort of like, oh, maybe I've added to my wish list. Anyway, so is there anything bad that you can say about the bag, actually, that you can share with me?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? As per today, because I usually love to give some kind of try on, like, you know, at least couple of months when I'm gonna make my final decision about the handbag. But usually I picking up some points that I'm not completely, you know, satisfied, or kind of like, you know, some little things that could be slightly annoying, you know, even just opening of the handbag, or I don't know, like, you know, because with the use you may find out the things that normally you wouldn't notice, even like when you're trying on, you know what I mean? But this one, it's like, it's more than a month already, because and quite often see what's happening with me, like I purchased the handbag because I like it, I like the color, etc. But sometimes it could sit 3-4 months in my closet before I even have an opportunity to go out. I don't really crave right away to go and, like, you know, enjoy the handbag, try out the handbag. This one, the moment I got it, the next day it was on my shoulders. And so far, and because like I have that really very, very warm boots, the blonde boots, and they kind of also orangey color, light brownish color, it goes perfectly together. So I just wear it non-stop, and so far I have zero, absolute zero negative to say, absolute zero. And that's what I said, it's very discreet, very few people knows, but at the same time it's such a high quality, and I feel good about myself, you know, because it just gives kind of joy and satisfaction, you know, that's kind of like, you know, excitement.
I'm gonna pull a couple of comments. So my H Journey says, I love this bag, open so wide. Congrats, Oksana.
Thank you so
And
much.
Lux Stockley has a question. He says the strap is fixed on the bag. So how do you store it? Do you just leave it?
Usually, see, that's the good questions, because that's what I said. The moment I start using, I don't store it.
Right.
It's usually just kind of sitting ready to go. But normally I would say, even when it was in the boutique, it has also 2 additional dust bags, little dust bag on one, on this little part, and then the bigger dust bags that you can kind of roll it, you know. So if you want normally to store it, you can use those 2 additional dust bags. But myself, I quite often just kind of like, you know, just kind of doing like that all together, you know, and just putting inside the dust bag, just kind of like that. I will show it to you. Just kind of, you know, in the dust bag, and just about it, you know. I would say if someone really likes to tuck away everything, it would be a little bit cumbersome, you know, for somebody. But me, normally I don't do that. Even the other handbags I usually store, like, with kind of felt and everything, but I still like to have my handbags on the display, because my walk-in closet doesn't have any windows or anything, so it's safe because there is no any lights that could harm the color of the handbag. And I enjoy looking at them.
So
I
would you
think
say
if I had the bag, I would sort of roll it at the top, like roll it into a
Yeah,
circle and then put a ribbon and
yeah,
tie it up. I think that's
yeah.
the only way, because you can't roll it forward. I'm
Yeah,
just
no, I mean, because it's also because mine in Epsom leather, and it's still
very.
fairly new,
Mm,
so it's a little bit more stiffer. I would say maybe with the time being it's going to get softer, and then maybe it's going to be a little bit easier to kind of roll it, as you say. But
yeah.
let's say if you have enough space in the closet, you can just even hang it like that. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Just kind of if you have those kind of, like, hooks just on the
Mhm.
shelf, if you just want to truly make sure that there is no any creases or anything happening on the strap. But as I said, myself personally, I don't like, it's already almost like months and a half, slightly more than a month, and I don't really store it because I use it. I literally use it all the time.
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Actually,
And
with
go
that,
ahead.
I'm gonna jump to another question. So,
Yeah.
since you love this bag so much, would you say that this is your most used bag lately? And
Yes.
which one would be your least used bag? So let's just maybe keep it with Hermes. Which ones are your most used
Mm.
and which ones are your least used?
With the Hermes, it's obviously my least used. It's either my Birkin or my Kellys, because I
Ooh,
don't really use them um, as much. Like, I mean, my Birkin, it's like, I use it only for the
it's
special occasion.
exotic,
Oh no,
yeah.
that's the Kelly. That's the Kelly. Because the Birkin, it's really expensive one, and
I'm just watching all these Hermes bags floating on the screen. I'm like, that's too. I'm like, girl, that's a lot of. We're gonna ask you about your journey after this,
yeah,
but let's look
sure.
at your bags first.
Yeah, no, the Birkin, it's honestly, when I got offered, I was like, playing cool when she
Oh
called
my god,
me,
let me go
if you
away so
want to
can I.
have that one. But I was literally almost like having a heart attack without even seeing that handbag. So see, the Birkin, when I store it, you can see I put the felt, I put them in the dust bag,
Yeah.
and then obviously in the whole dust bag. So you can see that I don't really use it often, only when I have to go for some kind of special meeting or somewhere, like, really special. So then I really use this handbag. And also it's fairly new edition, so therefore it's hard to say. But even the Kelly, because Kelly I have almost for a year and a half right now, I don't say that I use it like easily. You know what I mean? Because it's expensive handbag, and just to kind of, I don't know, going to grocery store, no, I cannot do that. Like, I mean, it has to be some kind of special occasion. I don't know, even going for even coffee with the friends, the girlfriends who can appreciate that, yes, then I can pull my Kelly. Or even going for shopping, etc., yeah, I can pull my Kelly. But on the daily basis, no. And also, I
Mm.
have a daughter. This is all heirloom. I have to give it to her in a good condition.
I'm sure it will be anyway. You take care of your bags so
Yes,
well.
I do. Okay, let me just put it without a dust bag for now. Yeah, just gonna put it. And the Kelly, honestly, it's
Are you?
here's my
Wow.
Kelly,
Oh, wow.
and
Wow.
um, I use it, and actually, I like Kelly because I can put any color of the twilly, matching my outfit. It could be burgundy or blue or yellow or whatever. And, it's matching with everything. And love it. But I wouldn't say that I use it heavily.
Is this a 28 or
It's
is it
28. Yes, it's
Oh,
20.
this is Clara's ultimate bag. Clara, you're here, right? This is the one staring
Yeah,
at
she's
you.
here.
Yeah, like you can see when I'm storing, it's all with
Wow.
felt and everything. So you can see that it's not something that heavily used. Like for instance, this one, you can see there's no felt, nothing. It's ready to use
Mm-hmm.
because I really use it. This one I use, but let me just put it without dust bag. But I would say not as much because frankly I know it's not something that easily can be replaced. It's not something that if something gonna happen, oh my gosh, it's only question about the money. No, it's not just a question about the money. It's like, how to get it, so therefore obviously I know it's not just been easily given. So I try to take care of these little beauties, and I truly appreciate it. So therefore, yeah, just like
Uh,
that.
I'm gonna ask from that because you're saying that it's not just about the money, it's also very difficult to get. So how did you get started? Because it's that point, it's hard to get. So how did you get started with your Hermes journey with
Yeah,
and all in the while in Canada, right?
yeah. Actually, if we will talking, I'm just doing like, housekeeping, cleaning all the dust bags. Mommy's habit. You cannot kill it right away, cleaning everything. Say, if you're talking about the true interest in a brand,
Mm.
I would say I expressed my interest in a brand about 5 years ago. And
Feels good.
frankly, it could be sometimes really intimidating just to go to boutique. And so I was actually, my very first piece was pre-loved. It was actually new condition, but I got it from Fashion File, and it wasn't a handbag because obviously they're all Hermes handbags. They're extremely expensive. So my very first piece, it was actually a pair of shoes. And I got them from Fashion File, and obviously because it's a pair of shoes, it was under the retail price because shoes, they don't hold the value. And I actually even brought it because I knew that maybe you're gonna ask me. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna show the dirty bottom, but it's a classic one, like with that H.
Oh, it's
Oh, I've
nice.
never seen these. Oh, that's nice though.
It's
Epsom,
one
right?
of those like kitten heels. They call it, I
Oh,
think, nighty or evening or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's like with the,
nice.
it's like a H. It's like
Very
what's that?
subtle.
Yeah, it's like a Hermes orange, but with the
Mm.
kitten heel. And they're simple black, and you can see it's a pattern Epsom leather.
Yeah, it's
So
Yeah, it's
they're,
very nice.
really
yeah,
nice.
they're very, very simple. And when I got them from Fashion File, they were like the full package. This like they were new because now I'm using them, but they were brand new. And
Mm.
like the two dust bags, the box, everything, like the spare heels, like those like replacement, everything, full package. And I got them obviously under the price, right, under the market value. So and then I was like, oh, the quality is really good. But still, I'm also the kind of person, because I guess maybe because I'm also in sales, I never go to places and just like waste somebody's time if I
Mm.
know for facts that I'm not going to buy it. Because at that time I was kind of a little bit more into Chanel and Louis Vuitton, etc. But we were at Las Vegas, and it was about 4 years ago. And we went to one of the boutiques, and I got myself a bracelet, CDC bracelet.
Mhm.
And at that time, I was also start looking at the handbags in Las Vegas, because I thought, listen, Las Vegas, nobody knows me. It's not that if, let's say, I had a bad experience and like, I didn't click with the essay, or I had like sour taste in my mouth, like, it's not the place that I have to come back again, because in Toronto, we have only one boutique. Let's say if you have a bad experience and you're not satisfied, there is nowhere else to go. You just,
Yeah.
True.
you know what I mean? if you have a bad experience, there is nowhere else to go. You just have to go to the same boutique and be unhappy and like,
Or just try someone else.
But I
right?
mean, I'm talking about the boutique experience,
Ah, okay, okay,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole atmosphere, how they treat you, etc., etc.
Mm.
So, and it was Las Vegas. So, and I actually tried over there toolbox 20 handbag, but I was looking at the stitching, at the quality, and I was like, Jesus Christ, it's like, oh my gosh, just like, help me, God. Like, I want everything. And then I was like, as I said, I got the bracelet and I was thinking about it, etc., etc. And about 2 years ago, I decided, you know what, I'm ready. Because quite often, as I said, people think that it's financially, but it's, yes, financially, it's like, I mean, it's major aspect. Like, I mean, you have to have a money. It's like, I mean, it's costly.
It's
Let's
expensive.
call,
Yeah.
yeah, let's call it as it is. But it's also, I would say, mentally ready, because you have to be ready to treat yourself like, to such a beauty, I would say. You know what I mean? And about 2 years ago, I said, yeah, I'm ready. So, and I called boutique and I said,
Toronto.
yeah. And I
Okay.
said, I want to have an appointment. I'm new client. I'm very interested in a brand. And I would like to shop with you. Just like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
like
really
that.
good way of being like straightforward, and
Yep.
you're just telling them,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm new to this, but I'm
Yeah.
very interested in your brand,
Yeah.
and basically you're
No.
telling them I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't pretend or anything. And then they schedule an appointment, because I already changed 2 essays in the local boutique. My first essay were very, very lovely young guy, and he's the one who offered me the
Oh,
Kelly.
Oh.
yeah.
And he was very young guy, but nevertheless, I was asking him about the brand, about the things. I was telling him what I'm interested in, the handbags that I might be potentially interested in, like, the shoes, etc., etc. And yeah, and I would start buying by little bit, like, I was buying handbags, some, as I said, CDCs, shoes, like I purchased boots. But so far, keeping in mind how many altogether, I already purchased 6 handbags from a local boutique. Not like the
Wow.
quota is only 2, but the other handbags is 6 handbags. But to be honest, it's like 2 years. I didn't purchase a single piece of ready to wear. The only gold I purchased is this Kelly ring. This is the only gold piece that I purchased from the boutique. I didn't buy any homeware, nothing like that. The only ready to wear, I don't know if you could call it ready to wear, this beret I purchased, but because I really love it, And yeah, and even if sometime, let's say, he offers me something and I was just upfront, I said, I don't like it. I'm not buying just for the sense of, and I'm not kidding. The way I'm talking to you, the same way I was talking, I said, listen, I don't like it. What? I should buy just for the sense of buying? No, I don't like it. This. Just like that. Just like that. And I
Wow. Is
guess
it different? It's very different, huh, for Toronto and your side, Amy?
no, I guess it's just me. Even with this my essay right now, I was just like, honestly, before I got that Birkin, she was asking me, what is your dream bag? And I said, listen, I already have Kelly 28, my old essay he offered for me. And it's kind of a classic one. It's black with gold. I don't have Birkin. I want to have Birkin 30 for sure as my first handbag, or Kelly 25. But I said, listen, if you were asking me what would be my absolute fantasy handbag from Hermes, and it's, once again, not everybody is liking, but I said, I want ostrich. Ostrich is my dream handbag. I absolutely love this leather. And as I said, somebody called plucked chicken. I call my dream. And I said it as is. I said, like, listen, I will take any leather box. I love box leather, and actually I want to have box handbag, but the ostrich is absolute an epiphany of my Hermes handbag. So I said, if you ever gonna get ostrich and manager will think that I'm special enough, or at least I deserve, because I truly love this leather, just think of me. And then I would say about after 4 months, she called me and she said, listen, Oxana, something is coming in ostrich and I think you may like it. It's a limited edition. It just, they produce these handbags, like, let's say every Hermes handbag is unique and very rare, but these kind of handbags, they, like, let's say for the whole production, they could have like 5 handbags for the whole world, like, you know, not just for the country. And she goes like, it's going to be exotic, and it's going to be a combination of alligator and the ostrich.
It's fantastic.
And she goes, will you be interested? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, I have to talk to my husband. Oh, let me see. And I'm like, okay, but is it 100% will be held for me, or should I just fly to the boutique, or can I talk to my husband? She goes like, no, absolutely, talk to your husband, just make sure that you love it, because I think that's exactly what you want. But before I gonna go to manager and present my case with you, I just want to make sure that you really want it. And I'm like, are you kidding me, girl? I want it, all right.
I have to pull this comment from Carol. It's funny because we were just talking about Hermes being, you know, you don't go and buy things from there unless you're, you know, you're gonna spend money, right? So this is funny. So Carol says, if I walk into Chanel or Hermes with my husband and he faints in the store looking at the prices, they will know I am not a reseller.
Yeah, for
bring
sure.
my husband in. I'm like, no, you're not coming inside, okay? You can't take it. Your heart can't take it.
So
the fact that there's no price tags. That's what scares you, right? That's more scary.
Yeah.
Usually when there's a price, at least you're like, oh, okay, I have an idea. But when there's no price tags, which is everything at Hermes is except, you know, like the ready to wear, they'll have prices on it, but like most other things, there's no price.
Yeah,
true.
Everything. And you know, and once
they have
again,
some prices. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And once again, it's okay to ask, because often people think that, because listen, they are working, because like I'm in sales, you know, it's okay to ask, you know, you're there to serve. And that's like, maybe that's why I kind of not afraid of asking, because I'm not asking offensive questions. I'm asking normal question, what I'm expecting somebody asking me, you know.
Yep.
So, and when she offered me this handbag, I straight away, my second question after, like, you know, what's the specification, color, size, etc., was the price. That was my second question. What is the price?
It's true. You gotta kind of get used to it, but I have to admit, when I saw the price on my Birkin, even though at the back of my head I knew it, but when I saw it on the piece of paper, I was like, blink, 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 blink. Okay, we will deal with it, but it's still a lot. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So this one, as I said, when she told me the price, I was like, but as I said, because this is something that I know, you know, like, remember Samantha from Sex and the City said, when the girl buying Birkin, she made it. I know 100% that I made it. Thanks God, I made it.
Yes.
So,
Oxana, are you looking for another daughter? Because I know you're heading down.
No, I have one.
Oh, teasing you.
But you know,
goodness.
that's what I said, because this is, I know these things, like, you know, something that I want to pass it through generations, like, because I don't know, I guess in every culture, you always want to pass something, you know, to the like to your children. And it doesn't have to be like, let's say, handbags. Some people like to pass jewelries, whatever, art, whatever you want, apart from the actual properties, because this is something that represents you.
Actual. Yeah.
You know, this is you. That's what I said. It's not everybody likes ostrich, but this is me. I love it, and I'm not apologizing for it. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Yes, Oxana said it. I love it.
So, and that's how I got it. That's how I got it. And the moment I got this one, I already told her my next handbags that I want.
Nice.
Because, like, you know, you just have to express.
Yes.
You have to express your, like, your thoughts, like, you know, what you wanted. Because if you keep into yourself, like, you know, the essay cannot read your mind.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what you want. You have to vocalize what you want. Because if you don't say it, how do they know?
Yeah. Oxana, so how did you why did you change essay? And also Clara is asking, can you talk about how you selected your essay or your essays? Because you mentioned you had a different essay before, and then now you have this essay.
Yeah. So the per se, I didn't select it. When I called the boutique, the essay was assigned to me, and
that's how it was for me too.
Yeah, and even I actually asked my essay, my current one, because I had somebody who sent me DMs on Instagram and saying, like, listen, can you introduce me to your essay? I don't mind to work with her. And I mentioned to her, and she said, no, that's not how it works in our boutique. She has to call the boutique, and the manager will assign the essay. They only change essay if something happens. In my case, that young fellow that actually gave me that Kelly, he resigned. So he was no longer with the Hermes. And then I, because, like, let's say, see, that's also, once again, my personality. You know, usually at the door, they have like a good, I don't know, like a hostess. Like, you know, who is usually telling
someone
you,
who
like,
just
hello,
greets you.
David, pod. That person actually, it looks like it's nobody, just like, you know, hosted that, but they actually have quite high positions quite often in the boutique. They're more in the management position. And the lady who was usually greeting at the, I remember her name. I got her business card. Always asking, like, about, like, you know, how is she? She goes like, oh my gosh, Oxana, you're the only one who's asking me questions. And I said, and you remember my name? And this is like not easy name to remember. You know what I mean? She goes, yeah. So anyway, I always friendly. And when that guy left, his name was Nicholas. I kept sending him text messages, and somehow text messages turned green color. Before it was blue, now it's green. I was like, So I sent email to that lady, you know, who is in a management position. I said, listen, I'm trying to contact Nicholas several times. I hope that he's doing well, but seems to me my messages are not going through. Is there something wrong with the phone? Maybe he changed the phone number, etc. And she goes like, oh, it's very sad news, Oxana, but Nicholas no longer with us. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I have to start all over. And I'm like, okay, so what should I do? She goes like, no worry, we're going to take care of you. We're going to assign you new essay. I'm like, okay. So then I meet this new girl, and she is also very lovely. She's actually about my age. She's not very young lady. But that's what I said. Maybe because that's who I am. I'm like straightforward, like, you know, shooting the gun. I'm like, hi, how are you? La da 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 da. So that was my essay. I want this, that. Give me. That's how I am.
So you had two essays. So one resign. Oh, you know, if my essay resigns, I actually don't know what to do. No, won't happen.
Yeah. So that's what I said, like, you know, And I also watch a bunch of other videos, and everybody's saying like, be friendly, be yourself. And I'm like, oh, come on. You're going to Hermes, and like, everybody knows that you want Birkin or Kelly. Like, pretending that you don't want them, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, there is some people maybe who doesn't want it, maybe, like, provide. But in general, if you really shop over there, that's your goal. And yeah, just say it. I want it.
But you didn't say that on your first visit, did you?
No, I pretty much said it on the first one.
Oh, like right when you met him, or more towards like the middle of your visit?
Like, I mean, I didn't say like, I just purchased a couple of things. Okay, where's my Birkin? No, I didn't say like that, but I was like, oh, just for you to know that, because I was kind of introduced myself, and I said, oh, you know what, I'm actually an absolute addict for the handbags, and I have quite extended collection, something like you said, Amy, but now I'm, opening my journey to Hermes, and I definitely want to get some of the very, very famous handbags. It would be such an honor to have one of your really like well-known handbag, like really nice handbag. That's how I said it.
Right.
But
so you're still basically doing it quite naturally in a way, but not like in a, it has to flow with the, it has to still be polite, right? It can't be just like demanding, actually.
No, absolutely. Like, for example, my second essay, because it was pretty much close to end of the year, and my last Kelly I got almost a year ago. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's professional.
Have some water, yeah. I told you it was going to be a lot of talking.
I have my water, so everybo's got to drink water with me.
Because in the office,
I'm on my water journey.
When
Cheers!
So where I was, and I was like kind of, I'm just wondering. I just said it like that. I said, listen, I'm just wondering, because it's very close to the end of the year. It's October already, so we pretty much have just November, December. Is there a chance for me to get a quarter bag this year? Because my last handbag was almost a year ago. And she goes like, okay, let me see. When's your last handbag? I was like, it's almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And even when she said that she gonna apply for this one for me, and I was like, once again, completely open. And I said, listen, okay, we are trying to get this one, but this is obviously, sometimes people wait, I don't know, for 10 years to get this one, because this is limited edition as it could be. It's one of the kind. It's the types that you're, sell it on the, what it's called, at auction and stuff. So this is the type of the handbag. So, and I said, listen, if the manager gonna say that I'm not special enough, I'm not long enough in the boutique, etc., so will I get another one? So let's say they're going to say, I'm not good enough for this handbag. Will I get another one? Because I'm open to other colors, other leathers. She goes, yeah, absolutely. Don't worry. I will take care of you.
It's true. Okay, I'm going to pull something here. This is another question for you, Oxana, from Serenity. Oxana, will you be willing to discuss how to bring up the large purchase with your husband? I never considered how to approach finances with the spouse for luxury, but it would be good to know in the future. How do you tell your husband?
I guess you have to train them.
I was going to say, I was like, I feel like Oksana's going to basically behave the same way around her husband, and or anybody for that matter, because that's how you are, right?
I am who I am. But at the same time, let me say, it's not that, it looks like, oh my gosh, she's spending all this crazy money, right? But my husband knows that I always spend very, very responsibly. And let's say before, like, I truly admire some younger girls when they're in their 30s or even late 20s, and they're already buying Birkins and Kellys, like, you know, extensive collection of Chanel handbags. I show you, like, you know, in my 30s, I was buying Coach and I had, like, you know, Versace handbag, what Chanel, what, but I invested in properties because obviously I'm in real estate. So I had a different investment. So we really built our wealth. And now I'm kind of rewarding myself in a sense that, and also the things that I'm buying, my husband knows that obviously we have a daughter. So it's something that we can pass, like, you know, through generations. And obviously we discuss, like, you know, if I want to buy something, we see, like, you know, what is our expenses for that year, etc. Sometimes I have to sacrifice something, like, you know, and especially, let's say, if I purchased the handbag and it didn't work out for me, if the function of the handbag doesn't work out for me, there is no remorse. Like, you know, very seldom I have some kind of sentimental value with very few things in my life, because for me everything buy and sell, I look at it as a business perspective. So if it doesn't work for me, chop and block, chop. I sell it and I buy it something new. But I would say with the husband, it's not something that happened over 1 year. My husband and I, we are more than 20 years together. He's actually the first man that I met in Canada.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so sweet.
Yeah, he's actually the first man that I met in Canada. It's actually a very crazy, sweet story. If you have time, I can tell you.
Who wants to hear it?
We're here to chat.
I moved to Canada in July. Was it June or July? No, June 2000. And I moved to the apartment, and it was a little bachelor apartment, you know. And obviously I have nobody, I don't know nobody. And I was like on internet trying to find some kind of Russian communities, etc., to meet somebody, etc. And he was on that site also looking for the friendship. And we start chatting, etc. And then he goes like, so where approximately do you live? And I was like, I live on Dundas and Bloor, just a, you know, crisscross of the roads. He goes, oh, really? So close to the High Park area? I'm like, yeah, close to High Park area. And then he goes like, so what about the building? I said, oh, then, you know, there is a Crossway building, like 3 towers. I'm in one of those towers. He goes, oh, really? What tower? I was like, B. He goes, oh, really? What floor? I was 20th. He goes, I'm on 28.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and he goes like, so do you want to meet in 5? So, and we meet in 5 minutes downstairs, like, you know, in coffee shop.
Oh my God.
That crazy story. Yeah, we met on internet, but we were from the same building. I was on the 20th floor and he was on 28.
What a coincidence.
That's meant to be.
So, and going back to the finances, so that's what I said, like, you know, it's not happened over the night. It's not like, you know, we just start, like, you know, buying some houses, etc. We had bunch of expenses, like, you know, Kate was little, you know, at the time. There's lots of expenses with the daycare, etc. So it was like, you know, by little. So it just like right now we are more have this kind of financial freedom just to afford that. So it's not like, I mean, it didn't happen over the night. It takes decades to train your husband.
You know, honestly, it's a long-term journey though. Everything's like
Yeah. It's the hardest work that you have in your life, and you have it forever. There is no retirement.
oh, All right, I'm gonna ask another one because you were saying that you have I mean, you bought quite a few bags. You said that you bought 6 bags, 6 Hermes bags to date.
Yeah.
So out of the 6, do you have any regrets on them? Like, so you have a Kelly Birkin, the Della Calaveria. You got the 24.
Mhm.
What else?
I have Kelly, Birkin, Della Cavalleria. I have Evelyn, but this Evelyn TPM, it's mostly for my daughter. My daughter uses mostly. I use sometime, I borrow from her, but it's for my daughter. I give it to her on her 16th birthday. And I used to have 24. I sold that handbag. And I used to have Roulis. Roulis also, I sold it just recently. So from all those handbags that I have and I had, the major disappointment, and I already chatted with Amy a little bit about this, my major disappointment was actually Roulis Mini. I had Roulis Mini 18, which is like very close to Constance Mini in the structure and everything, but I had Roulis. And that was the biggest disappointment. That was the biggest disappointment for me, because when it comes to 24, I like the bag. There is nothing wrong per se with the bag. I actually like the bag, like the function and everything. The only reasons that I sold it because I had it in Turilium Maurice. It's those new leather type. It's kind of like a Clemence, but even thicker.
Yep.
And more structured. It's actually keeping structure quite well.
What size was it?
Yeah. Sorry?
What size was that?
It was 29.
29.
So,
Okay. So
yeah, that's
big.
kind of middle size. And I actually loved it very, very much. It's beautiful. The leather is also very, very kind of like robust, and you can feel the quality. It's such a beautiful bag. And even my husband, when I brought it, he goes like, whoa, you can feel the quality. It's really nice. Even it's funny, when I got the Kelly, because it's an Epsom leather, my husband goes like, oh, this Kelly actually looking worse than your 24. Because 24 in that leather looks so luxurious. It's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. But with me, my problem with that handbag, because of that leather, and because you put an organizer and you put everything, it's literally my shoulder is, by the end of the day, it was like, right down, several inches down, so that was the only reason, because I knew. And at that time, the Fashion File it's still fairly new handbag, and it was a little bit of hype about that handbag. It was even sold over the regular price on a Fashion File. And I sold it to the Fashion File. I lost a little bit on that handbag, but not much, So because I decided I'm gonna sell it before it just start showing wear and tear, scratches, etc. So if it doesn't work out for me, cut the losses and sell it. But Roulis, it was a major, major disappointment.
Ooh.
And because I watch also lots of videos on the YouTube, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's so nice, it's like a Constance, but it's less expensive. Because let's Constance hypothetically about 10,000, so Roulis it was about 8,500, so it's a little bit less, in price. And you were thinking it's not a quota bag, so pretty much you're still keeping your quota spot, right? You can buy something, but it's very, very close to Constance function and everything. But the major problem with that handbag for me, because that flap, it goes up front, and it doesn't have any magnetic closure. So let's say if you put everything inside that handbag, you literally have to pick it up by hand and make sure that that flap stays in place, or all the items are pretty much like flying on the floor. So I guess maybe just my way of using the handbag. Maybe somebody really like it. Maybe the way they are picking up the handbag. But for me, it didn't work out at all. And I'm constantly stressing out if, like, the items will fly out of that handbag. Yeah, no, really, no more release for me. 100%.
Could it be the leather that was in your bag? Because Huli comes in different leathers too, right? Is it softer, maybe, your leather?
I mean, yes, Barania is fairly, because mine was a Barania Faubourg in permabras hardware. It was actually beautiful combination. It was beautiful combination. Like, really, I love the color combo, beautiful. But no, I think they're mostly in kind of softer leather. If it's very seldom, like usually they're in evergreen, I think, or evercolor, something like that. And
is it just too full, maybe, the way that you use it, or just the way that you pick it up?
But see, that's the point. If it's not even too full, it's even worse, because then there is this little thingy. It's kind of like flapping, So it has to be like the handbag has to be pretty much full. So when you slide that flap in front, so it kind of stays. And that's what I said. And because the attachments on the sides, it's pretty much the camera handbags, they have this problem, like, sometimes it's flipping over.
Yes.
So because the attachments on the side, like, for the strap, so when you're picking up, it's kind of like, not 100% balanced. Yeah, and it's flipping over. Yeah. So, but that's what I said. It could be me, the way I'm using, because like I'm the kind of person, I'm very, very practical. And if the handbag gives me any kind of headache, it's out of my collection. No remorse. Goodbye.
No remorse. I mean, at that price, you should be getting a bag that is
100%.
100%. I mean, at these prices, it cannot be like, I accept it already. It's so pricey. So
sorry, 100%. 100%.
Oh, that was me. Because you also had the mini Lindy, which you didn't mention, because I think I saw your video. You had to return it.
No, the mini.
How long have you had it, and what is exactly the issue? Because from the picture on your video, I could see just maybe a little thread poking out.
Yeah, see, mini Lindy, I love it. I love it. I never.
How long have you had it?
I think 24 hours.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I took a pictures, like, and because my daughter also look at that handbag because she also likes it. And when she was checking, she goes like, oh my gosh, what's that thread? And the thread is sticking out. So, and I call my SA, and she said, okay, let me, talk to the manager. And they give me, actually, I was kind of almost a little bit regrets that I returned it, because it's not hard to, like, it's not easy to get, because mine was a black with gold hardware. Yeah, the perfect combo. But at the same time, as you said,
it's not perfect.
Yeah, like as you said, at these prices, and because Hermes claims to be best of the best, so you should live up to your reputation. You know what I mean? And they gave me options of either sending for repair to Paris, because let's say in New York they have that repair shop because their shop is much bigger, right? But in Toronto, we don't have a repair shop. So anything is wrong, they're sending back to Paris. And they said it could be even up to 6 months. Then they give me options of store credit or money back. And of course, I choose money back. Like, give me my money back if there is something wrong with the handbag. So, but I'm still like, it's still on my wish list. It's still on my wish list. And I said, please give me, because I said, please give me more, give me one more. It wasn't my problem.
I'm gonna go off for a second, because there's a really loud noise. I don't think you guys can hear it, but it is really distracting. I'll be right back. Let me close the window.
Yeah, go ahead.
No problem.
I'll just remove you.
Yeah, no problem. So that's what I said. With that, Lindy, it's honestly, it was slight disappointment because I really wanted, and I waited for almost a year since I requested that handbag. But at the same time, I always say, like, whatever happens for the reason. Because in this case, when I requested this Della Cavalleria, my essay said like, oh, I was the first one, I was thinking of you because just at least kind of, almost smooth up that mistake with the mini Lindy, that you're going to be happy. We give you another handbag. And I'm like, thank you. But at the same time, I said, but I still want that mini Lindy. I still want it so very much.
How would it compare with the mini, with the Della Cavalleria? And then we'll move on to the next question.
Say they are two totally different, because Della Cavalleria, it's very structured. It's like you can see that it's going to keep the structure pretty much almost forever. Mini Lindy, it's because it's Clemence leather mostly. Sometimes they're doing in Swift, but mostly it's Clemence leather. So it's much softer. It's almost like kind of like a semi-structured pouch. That's kind of like, So yeah. But the capacity is pretty much the same. It's also slightly bigger than what it's called, Chanel Mini Square. It's just slightly bigger than Chanel Mini Square. It's just a little bit puffier, Right. No, sorry. It's slightly bigger than rectangular mini. It's the same 20, but it's a bit puffier. So
I actually tried it. I really liked it. But I was wondering, nice. Like between the two, which one you prefer?
I would say, I mean, they're two totally different. I would say this one, though it looks casual, but because it has kind of larger hardware, you still can put it on the shoulders, and it's not as casual. You know what I mean? Looking, Mini Lindy is 100% casual. It's like as casual as it can be. It's really casual handbag.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, I'm gonna ask this question because I know we've gone from like, Oxana, tell us your bags, but we went deep dive into Hermes. So we know you have other bags as well, right? Unless you have culled your color. No, so you still have kept it. So let's say if you had to keep just 5 handbags. Are you gonna pick all?
Ask that question.
You can pick all 5 Hermes, but let's just say if you had to just keep 5, what would you keep?
Say it's if the question is keeping in a sense of importance in my life, you know what I mean? When I got those handbags, like, how I got them,
like
the
more
achievement, sentimental. Yeah, because that's what I said. I'm not a sentimental person. Very few things, like, make me twinkle, like, very few things, because I'm very business oriented. So then definitely Kelly Birkin, because I know it's one day I'm going to pass it to my daughter. Then, of course, my classic, because this is also a gift from my husband. And I remember it's one of those days when we have to still line up. And he was lined up with me, to boutique, because he wants it personally be with me when we were buying this one. Like the same things like my Rolex, because he was with me, when we were buying. So this is, I very, very seldom use this handbag. I guess maybe because once again, I want to pass it to my daughter. So that's why maybe granddaughter one day.
No,
that would be really nice.
Did you hear that? Mommy's hinting already.
Yeah. So, and I definitely, this is kind of more sentimental. So this would be 3, I guess. Then, of course, my Rolex, because once again, it's a gift from my husband. And as I said, if you're asking me, can someone live without a Rolex? Absolutely. But this is, as you said, it's kind of like, treat yourself. you achieve something in life. And if I have to go for some kind of business meeting, I could be, as I said, it could be anything. I don't have to put much. You just have Rolex and you made it. So that's definitely one. And lately also Cartier. Obviously, have no plans to sell my Cartier. All my Cartier, I'm gonna pass it to my daughter one day. But from the kind of fun handbags, if from the fun, I would say the fifth. I would say that would be the fifth item, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Cartier altogether. I would say this one. It's definitely doesn't go anywhere.
Oh,
I really want.
Amy, you
They're
need
all
to go to
Chanel.
Toronto.
So this is mini top
Oh.
handle, the very first generation caviar.
When
I missed
you
on this
pulled it
one.
out, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the caviar version.
Yes, it's the very first generation, like, when it's just came, and on the website, they actually had the wrong dimensions because it shows much wider. And before, like, anybody even see it at the boutique on the Instagram, some people put in comments, oh my gosh, they spoiled nice handbag, the dimensions are weird, everything is not right about this handbag, the connection, the chain is thin, everything is bad, don't buy it. I'm like, good, I want to buy it. So anyway, I call my essay, and obviously when it was opening, there was only one handbag. I couldn't get it. And then she said another handbag is coming, and I'm like, please. And then I was literally, also kind of, sending messages to store manager because she knows me, like, and I'm like, please, I'm such a loyal customer. I wanted to have mini rectangular in caviar for the longest time ever since, like, you stop producing. But this one, because it's a top handle, it's such a evening handbag, because let's say everybody is talking about Kelly, mini Kelly, like, as an evening. But to be honest, I don't think that mini Kelly is looking like an evening handbag. It's a cool handbag. It's kind of like, it has a vibe. You know what I mean?
It's a bit small.
Yeah, it's not even about the small, but I mean, because it doesn't have the quilts and everything, it's not an evening bag. This is evening bag. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is evening bag, but at the same time, it could be casual. I could wear it like, with denim and everything.
Can I just say something, Oxana? You're giving Amy FOMO. And you're stressing her out. She's like, I need this bag now. I can see it in her face.
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah,
I need it
like,
now.
because, that's what I said. Sometimes you look at something and you're not sure if you want it. But this one, when it came on the website, I knew right away I want it. Despite all the negativity, criticism, like, people at that time not sure if it's going to be classic, I said, I don't care. I want it. And I, as I said, I went all the way to the manager saying, please, I believe I deserve this handbag. I should be the second one, because there was one person before me, I guess more important. And I said, please, I have to have this handbag. And when the handbag came, they called me and they said, your bag is in the store. Come and get it.
So you chose 5 things that you will keep forever. Why the Chanels and none of your Hermes, actually?
No, I said it. Funny. Birkin, Kelly.
Oh, you said Birkin. Okay.
And because this is 5. Birkin, Kelly, Chanel Classic. This is 3. Oh, okay. Then it's a 6.
Okay, we'll give you extra one.
So, yeah, like, but that's what I said. This is kind of more of the sentimental. But if you asking me in the sense of truly using, because everything that I told you right now, it's not something that I'm going to use on daily basis. You know, none of these handbags I'm gonna use or abuse. That's what I said. This is special occasion, and I know that if I have to go somewhere for even special, like, you know, dinner party, I can have this handbag and I'm gonna be right in the spot. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah.
With any outfit, like, you know, I will be right at the party. But if it has to be like, you know, something that I would truly gonna use it, then it's definitely Chanel 19, even my black and caramel. But if we are talking about the casual one, this one 100%, because this is pretty much the same as a caramel. The caramel has a little bit more pinkish undertone. You see, that's kind of caramel. It's kind of more pinkish. This one has a little bit more. So Chanel 19 Della Cavalleria is like for everyday use. I would say Pochette Métis, 100%, because that's what, this is the handbags that I really use, like, you know, heavily use every day. On the go, love my on the go for them. Like, you know, if I have to go and have some documents with me, and, or even like, doesn't have to be documents. Like, let's say if I go somewhere and I need just a bigger handbag, yes, then what it's called, the on the go. I love my Fendi also, kind of, but I would say in the casual use, it's mostly Louis Vuitton and few Chanel's. Like, you know, the handbags that I truly use, you know. But these ones that I told you that I 100%, even if I have to sell everything and keep like really inexpensive handbags for every day for work, this one I will keep it because this one is like something that I treasure, like I guess forever. Yeah.
It's very interesting the way, because the way you put it is like, these are, you know they are highly valued, right? But at the same time, they hold so much sentimental value to
Yeah.
you, from
Yeah.
achievement, from the fact that
Yeah.
you want to hand it down.
Yeah.
It's everything. And then
It's,
you've
yeah.
got your workhorse ones, which
Yeah.
they are very practical. So this one, it may not be so practical because they're,
Yeah.
they're dressier. You won't really get cost per wear from them, because
No.
they're really,
No.
really dressy
No. Exactly.
and special occasion. But
Yeah.
then you've got your workhorse bags that actually, the money you pay, you're gonna use it and really, really get cost per wear for it. But
Yeah.
they're two totally different categories.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And also lately I noticed that I kind of getting into more less recognizable handbags, you know, because even like I notice sometimes I love my old Louis Vuitton handbags, right? But sometimes when I wear Louis Vuitton handbags, I can see that little stare. And let's say when you're younger, you almost want to get that stare. You want to like, look at me, you know, look at me. Right now, I kind of don't really even want to get that stare. You know what I mean? So therefore, I kind of really feel very, very happy with high quality handbags, but less recognizable. You know, that's kind of like I feel really, really comfortable wearing those handbags on like on daily basis.
Just gonna pull a couple comments. Luxockly says, I would have bought all of the caviar color versions of the top handle bag. Oh my gosh. My biggest regret last year anyway. Damn it, Hermes. Made me derail my normal vision. And then KM is like, Oxana, I got the top handle caviar as well, thanks to your video and your timing. When I saw your unboxing, I texted my essay and she just received one and I ran to the store. Good for
Major
you,
congratulations. Major congratulations. Major congratulations. You did well. You did really well.
Oh my god.
You did really well, girl. Be proud of yourself.
No, it's such an amazing
Yeah.
like unbelievable bag that I am still to this day thinking about, because I knew it was coming out I also, like you, the moment I saw it, I liked it. But why did I not buy it? Because I was justifying myself for not buying. I was like, well, I already have some caviar, rectangle, and square. And this year, I'm also saving my money to do pre-spending. I really should not be buying another caviar bag, which of course is still different because it has a top handle. But I was like justifying my non-buying behavior. And of course, it was wrong because my first instinct was that, oh my God, it's so good. It's so lovely. I just wanted the white one. Like one of the colors would have
The
been
off-white.
like,
I actually like the second. My choice was off-white. I love that off-white. It's kind of almost like a nata color, close to Hermes nata color. Often people say it's gray. No, it doesn't look like gray. Gray has a little bit more grayish. That off-white, it's almost like nata. It has a little bit of softer beigey yellowish undertone and more warm, exactly.
But
it's
all right, it's okay, it's okay.
Amy,
it's gone in the past.
One day, if it
never
I don't
regret
know.
or anything in your life.
Not meant to be. Forget it. I'm that kind of person. I'm like, fine, I don't get it.
Exactly. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Just don't show it anymore, Oxana.
I'm someone who is more sentimental, I think. So I actually ponder a lot on the stuff that has not happened or happened that I do regret. But anyway, this is not about me. It's about Oxana.
Oh,
so let's ask her another question.
Feel very special today.
You are, I guess. So Oxana, what are you eyeing now at Hermes?
I mean, if it's at Hermes,
or anything if you want to share.
Yes, I mean, I can share. If it's Hermes, I as I said, last year I had my fiasco with Mini Lindy, and I really want to get it back. I mean, I don't expect to get it back once again in a black color with the gold hardware. If it will be possible, that would be great. But any neutral color will do, or even like, fun, bright colors, but not a neon colors, because neon doesn't really look good on me, though I'm trying to be very brave because I really love like kind of bright green color. This color speaks to me. Like I love blue, I love green, like those kind of like earthy tone colors, and I don't mind to get something like like that bright, but you never know. So Mini Lindy is definitely high on my list from non-quota, right? The other from non-quota handbags that I truly want to get, it's Mini Bolide. I believe that's how they say. Yes. Oh, Mini Bolide. I think it's Bolide. I'm not sure. Like,
no,
Bolide. Yeah. Mini Bolide. That would be the second ones that I really like. And because usually Mini Bolide comes in Chèvre Missouri leather, and it's really kind of extremely durable, but at the same kind of like plush leather. It has a texture. It's truly beautiful leather. Like I personally love it so very much. So I don't mind to get Kelly in that leather, but the more realistic, to get that Mini Bolide in that leather, because I think that's really fantastic leather. And would be really nice to get Kelly 25, hopefully this year, if it will be possible. But I don't mind to get another Kelly 28 in the color, because both of my handbags obviously kind of like almost like a, even the Birkin, it actually has a little bit bluish. It's very hard to see with this lighting because it's indigo blue and black, but it's in normal lights, it almost looks like a black, and obviously Kelly is black. So I don't mind to get something in color. And my top priority of the colors, I mean, like obviously I will get any color except for neons, like not like, I don't know, lime green or like yellow, lemon, like not those colors. Those colors, they just don't look good on me. But I really want to get in rouge ash or rouge H, what they call, or
Very nice.
anything in the burgundy tone. Like, you know, they have also Bordeaux or Burgundy. I think that's how they call it, Burgundy. And then malachite or malachite, what they call. And that's my like really preferred green color. Or almost like an emerald green, that kind of like deep,
very
deep
jewel tone.
Yes, kind of like, you know, malachite, emerald green, something like that. But I don't mind even deep green, like vert cypress. I think there is another color, like quite deep green. So those kind of like high on my list. Or any neutral, of course, any neutral except for black. I already have black because mostly people want black. I don't want black anymore because, you know, I don't want too many black handbags. Yeah, that's kind of Hermes top list. When it comes to the other handbags, I kind of really eyeing right now Balenciaga Neo Classic. Like, you know, they have those mini ones with so many fun colors also for the summer, kind of like white. Because I also thought like this year, if it will be possible, I'm kind of toying with the idea of getting white Chanel handbag. But once again, spending those kind of money on the white Chanel, I'm gonna but I'm thinking like Balenciaga, that neo classic, it's so cute, you know, and the size is once again just a little bit bigger than mini rectangular, so it fits a little bit more. I would say it's going to be pretty much like Hermes Mini Lindy, so it's really good size, like, you know, you don't have to downsize at all. And they have bunch of colors, like, you know, that I love. So that one is kind of on my radar. And I'm actually, since I mentioned my Versace La Medusa, I'm kind of thinking also maybe one day get that bag back, you know, in once again in some kind of fun color, maybe even green, you know. Why not? Because I would say if I want to get something in fun color, I think it would be wise to get it in the brands that not extremely expensive. Because say, as much as I like all Chanel colors, they're gorgeous colors, but realistically, on the resale market, you know, when the buzz is gone, you know, for that season, in 2-3 years, the only handbags people looking after, it's like either black or clair beige, you know, those kind of the classic colors, maybe good pink tones or good red tones, and that's about it. You know, that's about it. All those seasonal colors, if they, you know, they like, I mean, I'm very careful in those extremely expensive handbags in the colors, but like Balenciaga or like you know, Versace in fun colors, why not? I mean, it's just a couple of thousands, it's not like 10,000. So why not? You know, why not? And even if later on you get tired and you're gonna lose like, you know, some money, I mean, you had a fun, you enjoyed the bag, right? So why not? Life is too short.
I'm buying my Elma. I'm buying my Elma because Oxana said life is too short.
You know what? Why not? Like, you know, but actually, I was looking at that Gucci,
You're
the
not
ones that you
helping
like
me,
so very
Oxana.
much. It's you know, that the Gucci bag is beautiful, and I would have bought it in a heartbeat. But I mean, it's Canadian. It's more than $4,000 before taxes.
Oh.
So with the taxes and everything, it's $5,000. That handbag.
The like Gucci bamboo, the Gucci bamboo.
Yeah. It's 4,000 something on Canadian website.
The prices are all over. Like some. It's. I don't think that.
Expensive.
The prices are sometimes better here, but sometimes better elsewhere. It's always different. Like,
I mean, I
it's
could
not
be
that
wrong.
cheap here.
I could be that, like, because I know for a fact, I already look at that handbag. And first I was looking in the like a canvas, whatever version. And then I was looking at the colors, but yeah, it's 4,000 something, 4,000 something, I believe, on Canadian website. Yeah.
You're talking about the Gucci green bamboo bag. It's for the Gucci bamboo green bag.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
It's very expensive in Canada because
Yeah.
it's only 3,600 Singapore dollars with
Yeah.
tax.
No, I think it's 4,000 something. Once again, it could be depends on the size, because I think I look at
that's
the
true.
small size.
That's
I
So
true.
think
maybe you're looking at the
because
size up.
maybe you were looking at the nano, like kind of
Yeah,
micro.
small like this.
Yeah, you were looking at micro. I was looking actually at the small size. I think it's about 20 centimeters
Bigger,
at the
yeah,
bottom.
bigger.
Yeah, that one over 4,000. If we are talking about actual handbag, not a micro handbag. Yeah, over 4,000 before taxes.
So we have a few questions from the audience. Joe
Okay.
wants to know. So Joe says, Oxana, you're so elegant. I love your style. What are
Thank
your
you.
thoughts on the mini Kelly? I really want one, but it is so hard to get, and I'm scared of the pre-spend I have to do.
I mean, if you can get mini Kelly, obviously it's like, winning the prize. Who would say no? Don't get it. Don't get it. Of course, get it if you're gonna get offered. Oh, by the way, did you see unboxing of Jesus? Not Elizabeth. Australian girl.
Isabel.
Oh,
Isabel.
yeah, of course, yes.
She just got mini Kelly.
Yeah.
In black color. So
Mhm.
I think it's absolutely gorgeous handbag. And I would say somebody who is young, it's a vibe. It's absolutely vibe. Like I would say, if I would be in my 30s right now, I would be dying for that handbag. I would be absolutely dying, crying, give me that handbag. But at this stage in my life, I mean, if I'm gonna get offered, of course I'm gonna get it. But it's not like, let's say, my priority, because that's what I said. I have my mini and
The
in the
Chanel.
in the sense of evening bag,
Don't show it anymore, Oxana.
It's all right.
yeah, I like this one is actually more in the sense of evening bag, because to me
100%
Kelly,
agree.
yeah, the Kelly, it's really cool handbag, but to me it's a little bit on the casual vibe. I think maybe because of there is no quilts, like, I mean, it just trapezoid shape, obviously it's a high quality brand, and obviously you can wear it with the evening dress, nothing wrong, but I would say Chanel will be more appropriate with the evening. If you're, as I said, somebody who is younger and you want it, you really use it heavily, casually, and evening, etc., yes, of course, go for it. It's something that you're not going to regret it, because it has so many facets to it. It's you can use it in so many different ways. You can use it casually, you can use it dressed up, and because you don't have to carry so much with you, like at that stage of life, why not go for it? Go for it,
Joe.
Yeah.
Even if you have to carry more, which is what I do, some days I do have to carry more, then I'll just bring another bag. How else would I wear my nano bag and like two bags at the same time? Like, the best way to get more cost per wear of your bags.
Actually, right? Talking about combination of two handbags, this style was, I would say, started about 7 years ago in Europe. And that's how they always dress up. They have one really small nano bag where they keep all their credit cards, etc., almost like a wallet on chain. That's what we used to have. Like, you have a wallet on chain, and then you have your tote bag, and if you have to go for lunch, you just kind of grab in wallet on chain. But in Europe, they always had a nano bag. It's almost kind of like, almost piece of accessory that you constantly have it on you. And then they have a tote bag when you have everything else, you know. And in the last, I would say 4 or 5, like last 4 years, Chanel start doing those, like, you know, doubles, like, you know, even on the runway, they put 2 handbags, like small one and the bigger one, or even they do nano and minis kind of crisscross as a style. But that's actually in Europe, they're doing this already, like I would say 7 years ago.
Awesome.
We have a question from Carol as well. What are the small leather goods, wallets, coin purses that you like to use?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have several or just a few? How often do you change out of your purses?
I mean, I have some, obviously, SLGs in my collection. I don't say that I rotate them as much as I should. For example, my friend Lena, I haven't seen her actually for a while. I remember once we were shopping together at Chanel, and I got Chanel, what they call that, card holder or zippy coin purse, like, you know, it's close to Louis. No, not a case. It's actually a wallet. Oh, I didn't take it. It's close to Louis Vuitton zippy coin purse, like, you know, with lots of slots. So that one I got, and I got card holder, like, you know, regular thin card holder. So that card holder, I use it occasionally in small handbags. But the other one, I didn't even use it once. It's still brand new, sitting, you know, in my cupboard. I have a few that I use it all the time. For example, my Chanel key holders, like, you know, it's similar to Louis Vuitton 6 key holders, like, you know, with those little loops, hooks that you close it. So I have that one. I use it all the time. I have all my keys, my car fob, like, you know, everything inside that little pouch. Then my Louis Vuitton zippy coin purse, the one, the square with the card slots inside, that is, like, I use it all the time. I actually did video. I think maybe I even gonna post it tomorrow. 5 Louis Vuitton items that I will buy again, and I use it heavily. I also talk about that card holder because, like, or zippy coin purse, like, you know, the square one, like mini wallet, what they call it, I don't know, mini wallet. So that one is one of the best SLGs that I got from Louis Vuitton. Mini pochette, I lately don't really use it as much because of the smaller handbags. I usually use Longchamp, that little tiny puffy pouch from the Longchamp. Yeah, that I use it all the time in my small handbags. And even sometimes when I have big handbag, I kind of, no, even smaller.
Even smaller than this? This is tiny.
Hold on.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, my glasses somewhere. I don't see it. Maybe that one. No, I think it's kind of roundish. Like, you know, it's kind of like a dome. I think they call it also coin purse. It's really tiny one. So that one, I use it also all the time. And I would say that's about it. Like, you know, those 3, I use it heavily. And then I have a bunch of others: O pouch, mini coin, mini pochette, round coin purse. What's that? Like, you know, those pouches, three pouches from Louis Vuitton. Oh, gee, what's the name? Oh.
Multi-pochette? 3 pouches? Multi-pochette?
No. Remember those square, like envelopes? Like 3 pouches.
Oh. It's like an origami one, like, you know,
like an origami.
Kirigami.
Yes. Those ones, very seldom use those. Louis Vuitton toiletry 19, 15. I also have those, but those mostly only for actually, no, I don't even use it. They are brand new, sitting in my closet. As I said, I love SLGs, but I wouldn't call myself an SLG person. To me, SLG, it has a function. You know, it has a function, and I use it for a certain function. And I don't really enjoy switching between the SLGs, like putting all the credit cards. Like, you know, who has that time? I'm just like, you know, throwing from one bag to another one. Bags I love, and I don't mind to take a time to switch from one bag to another one just to make sure that it's matching my outfit. I love handbags.
Love it. And you know, I'm just going to add something before we go to the next question. So next week on our luxury live show, we've got something fun prepared, because I think last week's live we had so much fun laughing about feng shui towards the end. So Amy and I have decided that next week, since it is Chinese New Year's coming up, we're going to do a luxury live show for feng shui for luxury. We're going to talk about, you know, we haven't prepared, but we are going to. We're going to talk about some feng shui for luxury. I mean, based on research. So it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun topic. So about wallets, about SLGs, about colors.
It'll be entertaining.
No red color for wallet. Red color for wallet, very bad.
You see, everybody learns.
Yeah, don't buy red.
Don't buy red.
I already purchase it, so that's why I don't use it often.
But it's only for the fun. Like these are all
it's only for
superstition, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes
for fun, for laugh.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes, you know, the fact that people reacted to so strongly about it is that people do believe in superstition. So
yeah,
you know, it's like one of those things where you can take it with a grain of salt, of course, but you can also maybe, like I said, if you want to change some things around, and it might not even affect it, but if you just want to change certain things in your life and you happen to have this
thing
that you can do, and it's small, like change the color of your wallet, then why not, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
after next week's luxury live, you'll call myself Master Cat and Master Amy.
All right, so we have one more question from the audience, and then we'll jump back onto our interview. Lux Stockley was wanting to know if you have a biggest regret, an item that got away.
I think I already talked about it.
Is it the Mini Lindy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's once again going back to Chanel. Ooh. Rectangular, regular one caviar. I was holding in my hands and I didn't get it.
But you got this one. This one is better.
Exactly.
It has a top handle.
That's why I said I call, and I even talked to manager. I said, I already did the regret. Don't let me do my regret second time, because this time I know absolutely I want to get it. So that one is the kind of, you know, in boutique regret. But once again, as I said, I don't really like to dwell, like, you know, on the things that you haven't done in life, because I always say, you know, look forward. There is always something better, new things happening in life. The other things, it's actually on pre-love market. And I always say that one day I'm hoping that I can add something from Hermes from year 2004, because that was the year when my daughter was born. And at that time, as I said, we had the mortgages and everything. And, you know, I wasn't in a position to treat myself with something really special. But still, I want to get something from year 2004. And I always eyeing on the pre-love market if I could get something in a good condition. And it was on the, oh, now I forgot the name. Jesus Christ, that's what happen, like, you know, when you get older. And then it was on Ginzaxioma, Japanese resale.
Oh, yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah, Ginzaxioma. And they had Kelly 32, and it was, what's the name of that Kelly? Jesus Christ, I forgot. Like, you know, it's the one with the two pouches at the front with the zippers. What's the name? Oh my goodness. Kelly Lakis.
Oh,
it was a black.
Lakis.
Yeah,
yes.
It was a black Kelly 32 Lakis, and it was year 2004 in really good condition and everything. I mean, it was obviously at the price, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure. because, and see, the point is, because it was in year 2000, and I called my SA and I said, I was actually looking at the pre-loved right now, and I'm thinking I'm gonna pull a trigger and buy that pre-loved Kelly Lucky's in 32. And he goes like, did you buy it already? I said, no, I didn't buy it yet. He goes, please hold on, I may have something for you very special. And that's when he offered me 28. And obviously I'm extremely happy that I got my 28, but at the same time, I let that Kelly Lucky's go. And it was specifically like, if it would have been any other year, I wouldn't really care much, because, you know, it's just another handbag. But it was from the year 2004. And because I really want to get something from that year in a good condition, obviously, because I'm just thinking myself, one day when my daughter going to be, let's say, 50 years old, and, you know, and she's going to have a handbag exactly of her age.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Okay, we'll put it out to the universe that you will get a
thank
bag.
you. Thank you so much.
2004. What alphabet is that? What alphabet is that?
She is monkey. Like, oh, you mean in the it's a square H. It's in the square H.
Oh, square.
So it's like square happiness for H, Hermes.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
Actually, now that you talked about this, what would be your ideal Hermes collection? Like, if you had an ideal Hermes collection, it can be bags, it can be anything else, but mostly bags, I guess. We're all here for bags. What would it look like?
I mean, I already have two of mine. I have this one. This is also staying unless something really crazy gonna happen. I have that little pouch. I'm really happy with all, whatever I have right now, I'm happy. I really wanna get Rouge Ash, Rouge H, what they call in North America. And ideally, I wanna get it in box leather. But right now, I think it's very difficult to get in box leather, or at least Cadillac, because it's very close. So 25 or 28 would be really good. Kelly 25 or 28, Rouge H in box or Cadillac. But I would say box would be
really
prefer. Nice. Or any other, like I would say, once again, in box or Cadillac, like the color looking really beautiful. Like, as I said, any of those emerald colors, like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, like, you know, emerald green in box leather. Like, oh, it's so pretty. Or even sapphire blue. Oh my, it's so pretty. So that's what I said, like, you know, some kind of like really beautiful color in box leather. But preferably Rouge Ash or Bordeaux, like Bordeaux, Burgundy, like wine color, those kind of color, like really beautiful, almost kind of little bit of the bluish undertone. Would be a dream. To have that one in color. I don't like. I mean, right now I want something in color, but I don't mind once again to get Kelly 25 black in box. Once again in box leather, because to me box, it's such an iconic, it's almost like if it would have been, like, as you said, a dream. I know it's not gonna happen, but it would have been a dream. It's not even going to be a Kelly 25. It would be a old vintage Kelly, because if you look at mini Kelly vintage, it's totally different from current mini Kelly. And I love vintage much more because the handle is bigger, because before, older style ladies, they used to carry on the hand, you know what I mean? That vintage Kelly mini in box would be like an epiphany, but I know it's not happening. So therefore, like, at least Kelly 25 in box would be also great. And if I'm gonna get this Rouge Ash or something in green and box, black box, then I could go and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't mind to even get like, Constance. And if I want to get Constance, I actually, once again, don't mind in a color, like really fun color. Bamboo, beautiful green bamboo Constance. Like, you can wear it with anything. Or gray, Constance in gray, or nata color. Like, when you have all those and then kind of like a fun. Yeah, I would love to get also Constance in some kind of colors. Like, why not? Why not?
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna ask from that because it sounds like you are more of a Kelly girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you talking about like your next bag is a
Okay.
box Kelly. So you're Kelly
Yes.
compared to your
Yeah, but I mean, if you look even at my collection, mostly all my handbags have some kind of handle. And I mean, Birkin, obviously, it's the most iconic handbag, right? And I may one day plan to add Birkin 25. I love Birkin 25 for the size. I really love. I think it's the cutest handbag ever. But at the end of the day, because like if you really think of Birkin is very expensive handbag, and but it's not an evening handbag, you know what I mean? It's still tote style handbag, but because it has those kind of tiny handles, and it's like, especially in Canada, like, we are in deep freeze today. They had -15. I went for a walk today, like I came back, my
Yeah,
cheeks
your
were
hands would be
purple,
frozen.
were like
Yeah.
purple color. And tonight it's going to be -20. So when you have a puffer jacket and everything, like, it's even with the, like, nothing, it's quite difficult to put on that Birkin 25. I
Yeah.
would say, if like money is no objection, like, oh, I can have Birkin 25, Birkin 30, 35, who cares? You know what I mean? But if I'm thinking of practicality and how I can use that handbag, I love the size of the Birkin 25, but I hate those handles because it's very difficult to use, so I don't mind another Birkin 30 because it's actually very nice handbag for everyday use, especially, once again, keeping in mind that our Canadian, oh, my battery is low, Jesus Christ.
It's okay. We only have 10 minutes to
Okay.
go. Do you think
Okay.
we can last?
Yeah, I think it should be okay.
Okay.
So as I said, where I was, I already lost. So that's what I said. Like, I don't mind to get another Birkin 30. For now, I still want another Birkin 30 in some kind of fun color. Once again, if it's going to happen that I get offer in Rouge Ash, I want to get Birkin 30 as well, because I find it's very nice handbag to use. Let's say if you want to go for some kind of meeting or something, or like, that's what I said, for a cup of coffee, and I don't have to worry, oh my gosh, what I can take with me. Or like, you're going somewhere, you want to even bring the book or something with you. Like, you know what I mean? You not limited. In winter time, you can put your gloves, your scarf, like, it's truly user friendly handbag. It's not, and especially because my leather is not heavy, it's very light. It's a truly appropriate size. It's not too big, it's not too small. So, but Kelly, it's my aesthetics, like, the way I dress up, like, because sometimes people say, like, what is your casual style? And I always say, it's like, jeans with high heels, that's my casual already. Not that I don't dress like casually, I do dress casually. And sometimes, because, like, let's say I'm in real estate and I do also heavy work, believe it or not, I know how to do cement around the house. Yeah, I know how to do painting or putting tiles. So but Kelly is more of my aesthetics. I love Constance too, like, that's what I said, that's why I went for that roulis, because I like that style, you know what I mean? I like that style as well. Yeah.
Very good insight. Thank you, Oksana.
No problem.
I'm gonna pull a couple of comments from
Yeah.
Joe because you brought it up about getting a bag that is your daughter's 2004.
Mhm.
So Joe, our Luxie here, she's got a Kelly 28 because it has the stamp of her year of birth.
Oh,
And she
that's so
said,
nice.
yeah, that's so nice. And then I totally agree with this because my bags are gonna go to my niece. I don't have a daughter. So my niece is gonna wait until I'm 80 before she gets any of my bags.
No, but that's what I said. When it comes to handbags, it's such a representation of yourself, because even when it comes to the style of dressing up, we grow and we evolve. Like, the things that I used to like, when I'm in 20s, 30s, 40s, like, when it's 50s, totally different, right? And what I'm trying to say, like right now, I see some time on the channels, and it's great if you're in your 20s and you already have Birkins and Chanels. And because Chanel, I would say it's in the last 20 years when it's get like, young girls style. Before it was old ladies handbag. You know what I mean? It's like when Carl came in, it was 1982, right? He started with Chanel.
So around then.
And then I would say in 90s, it's like end of 90s, like, when he kind of turned around, like, the Chanel. So I would say, when you're 20, and I mean, like, listen, if you have money, go for it. Like Hermes, Birkin, Kelly's. That's why I think the mini Kelly is such a vibe, because it's more younger, girls. But I mean, like, the 20s is for the 20s. Enjoy Louis Vuitton, enjoy Gucci, enjoy Balenciaga. It's so much fun. Like, you know what I mean? Be funky, be spontaneous, because you're not going to get your 20s back. You know what I mean?
You're not going to get your 20s back.
Yeah, like, I like... when I'm thinking, like, if I'm regretting something in my journey to, like, where I am, absolutely nothing. When you're 20, you can put, I don't know, pair of jeans, white t-shirt, and Coach handbag, bright lipstick, and you're already beautiful. You're just beautiful.
Wait, we're still beautiful, okay? Wait,
we may have the number, but we're still beautiful.
No, but what I'm trying to say, even in my 40s, because like I'm 53, I will be 54 this year. So in like when you're in your 50s, you kind of, if I'm gonna go like really funky and stuff too much, it's gonna look really silly, kind of cougar town. But at 50, this is very appropriate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like this is like you made it.
Yes.
That's what I said. Like, in 20, enjoy your 20, enjoy your 30s, fun, like loud handbags. Because right now, like, as I said, I'm not into very loud handbags. I want kind of more settled, calmer. Nobody knows. Oh, I will give you an example. So before I go, totally forgot to talk about Hermes sale. Because I went to Hermes sale. It was about 4 years ago, before, like, they still did something, because last 2-3 years they didn't do any Hermes sale. And I watched also your show with
Stella.
No. The loud girl. She's like, hello,
Cassie.
She's so much fun. And she goes that, and the sales that everybody is talking in UK, it was a really unique sale because they had like 70% off or something like that. Right. Nothing like that ever were at Toronto. In Toronto, we had 50% sale. Everything is 50% off only. And, you had limited things that you can take except for the ready to wear. And when you go, I got these boots. They're very, very simple. You would never know that it's Hermes, but that's what I said. Like, that's what I want. And like, I mean, they give me quite nice height. And I want to show you, that's where it shows that it's sell. Like, if I could see, where is it? It was a S letter. Oh, I don't know if it's going to show. You see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they mark it.
Yes. They put S, and everything is 50% off. And they give you everything in boxes. It's not like, it's a trash. No, it was inside the boxes, dust bags, etc. And on receipt, I don't know what was on the receipts in UK, but in Canada, in our receipts, it says that all sales proceed goes to charity. So when Hermes actually does sell, all the proceeds going to charity.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh.
So, and I was also very, very like happy that I was part of that, because like, when you buy something, but all the proceeds going to, like, I mean, first you get like good deal, it's 50% off, right? But when it also goes to somebody who truly needs, that's even extra special. You know what I mean?
Wow, thank you for I didn't know that. I mean, that's really good, because to them it's like, okay, it to the company it's sort of like written off, like, okay, this is done, but instead of burning it, they sell it and then they take that money.
Exactly, because that's what I said. Like, see, Louis Vuitton, they're burning their stuff.
I know, that's such a waste.
Exactly. Why burn it? Like, you know what I mean? Sell it, give the proceeds to charity. You know what I mean? And I truly admire this about Hermes, because I mean, Chanel does the sales as well, 40% off, and I got some items on sale. Like, I mean, really happy. This year, they sent me some like, pictures for the sale, but it was nothing really special, so I didn't buy anything. Yeah, but Hermes, the way they handle their sales, I would say it's really honorable. Like, something very, very special, something to learn from, like, for the other brands. Like, it's almost inspiring, I would say. It's almost inspiring.
It's the 2-hour mark, but I just wanted to say, I wonder, because obviously I've never been to an Hermes sale, and they haven't had any, like you said, in the past 2 years, they haven't had any. And then I was told, even I think in 2020, they just ship everything to Toronto, and they had one sale there. And then after that, I don't even know. But I wonder if the whole, the rest of the world, whether the sale proceeds go to charity. It would be interesting to find out.
Because on mine, it's actually, I wish if I bring the receipt, it actually says charity sale right on the receipt.
Wow, that's amazing. So maybe just one final word from Oxana. If someone were to start their journey right now, what advice would you give them?
I guess enjoy that journey. Because you can always look to forward to something, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a life. Enjoy today, celebrate today, what you have today, and don't concentrate on the things that you don't have. Concentrate on the things that you have, and then you will be happy.
Yes,
such wise words.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Oxana. Oh my goodness, it's already been 2 hours. It just flew by. But I know you were talking a lot and sharing so much with us. Thank you so much for bringing all the eye candy and your insights and your just
stories and how you met your husband. Oh my gosh, on the 28th floor. I will remember that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, because that's what I said. And I guess you're so right. I talked so much. Maybe I even didn't give you a chance to talk.
No, we love it. I think everyone loves it. We must definitely have Oxana back, because there's a lot of stories. We all like.
But that's what I said. That's who I am. And actually, in fact, when I'm doing my own videos, I feel that sometimes I'm not quite myself, because it's almost you're trying to be a little bit too perfect. You know what I mean? Because if, let's say, I said something wrongly, or even if I laugh at some things that I said, I usually cut these things off, because I don't want to look silly.
True.
But this is who I am. That's who I am in real life.
And this is why live streaming is so good, because it's spontaneous,
Yeah.
and you can't go back and edit it out. I mean, you can,
Exactly.
but anybody who's watched it, they already remember, and that's fine because it's just like whatever comes to your mind, that's what you say. And
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, I'm extremely, extremely grateful, like ladies, that you invited me. And it's
Oh, we
not
love
even like, you know, oh my gosh, publicity or anything, because like you can see, I truly enjoy this. I eat and breathe, you know, handbags, because I can talk for hours, and sometimes maybe somebody even should have said like, okay, enough, old lady, you know, give it a rest. Yeah,
oh no,
thank
no
you so
such thing on
much.
the Luxury Live show.
Yes,
It's
thank you so much.
nothing
Thank you so
is
much for having me.
off limits, and plus here, like if we ever have non-respectful person, well then they don't belong here. Here it's like, you know, everyone is able to be different but still can like different things and still be you know, respectful with each other. And actually the Luxies, they're always so nice, and you always see the
Yeah,
same people,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they love having
really
guests
nice.
because then each guest, because Kat and I were so similar in a way, but we're also similar age, and we always talk about what we like already, that it's almost predictable. So having a guest is always nice because they have a different point of view. They
Perspective.
may be a different
yeah.
age, different background, and
Mhm.
that's what's nice about having guests, you know, once in a while on our show, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, I'm extremely grateful. Thank
You
you
must
so
come
very
back.
much. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
if you're gonna invite me, I will.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah,
sure
we
all the
will.
Luxy,
If
everybody's
you're
already,
gonna,
she must come back. We'll come back. We'll definitely bring Oxana back.
yes,
More Hermes chat.
it will be my absolute pleasure. It will be my absolute pleasure and joy.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Oksana. And then we will end here. So tomorrow we will have a members only live on Kat's channel. And then like Kat said, next week we're going to have our, I guess, our feng shui episode.
Feng Shui luxury.
We have homework to do. Oh my gosh.
We have homework. We're gonna work hard this week.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
But
fun one.
thank you so much for watching. And of course, thank you again, Oksana. I know it's late for you already. So we'll just say goodbye here, and we'll see you tomorrow and also next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.